I didn't confuse anymore.
Oh.
Tweak it up towards the sky. Turn. It's not the side to side. All right, I'm rocking. Let's get in here. We got to do the prayers.
From a concert. To what?
We got to do the walls. We got here. I got the blessing up here. No, this is up here.
It's the baby.
All right. I'm Major. Stand. So, Salakia, we're going to do the prayers. This way. Sorry, face the east. This way. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw.
Abanaw.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodah.
Kodah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwath.
Malakwath.
Baba'ah.
Baba'ah.
Batazak.
Batazak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aishah.
Aishah.
Barakazah.
Barakazah.
Bawah.
Bawah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Batamnanaw.
Batamnanaw.
Bakam.
Bakam.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Basalaknaw.
Basalaknaw.
Kabawafnaw.
Kabawafnaw.
Kasalaknaw.
Kasalaknaw.
Kabawafkinaw.
Kabawafkinaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Kabayaynaw.
Kabayaynaw.
Manasaya 1.
Manasaya 1.
Mabol.
Mabol.
Kawasayanaw.
Kawasayanaw.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rad.
Rad.
Kayah.
Kayah.
Lakab.
Lakab.
Kamalakwa.
Malakwa.
Ma'ala.
Allah.
Wa'fa'fa'arah. I will love you.
I will love you.
Amen.
Amen.
In English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not.
Lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Ever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Pakah, which is the power in Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Baruch Hashah.
Baruch Hashah.
The thunder now.
The thunder now.
Pakah.
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 Hawapa'ah.
Pakah.
Ka'amakallah.
Ka'amakallah.
Bukol Marawah.
Ka'amakallah.
Pakah.
Pakah.
Matahor.
Matahor.
Hamatazori.
Hamatazori.
Pakah.
Pakah.
Hakim.
Hakim.
Hamakim.
Hamakim.
Pakah.
Pakah.
Hawakawa.
Hawakawa.
Hatama'allah.
Hatama'allah.
The glory son.
The glory son.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The one on
The one on one.
In English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
Power to cleanse.
The power to cleanse.
The lepers.
The lepers.
The power to raise.
The power to raise.
The dead.
The dead.
The power against.
The power against.
Unclean spirits.
Unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahoyu.
Ahoyu.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Naba'ah.
Naba'ah.
Aizoria.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yehovah.
Yehovah.
Aishah.
Aishah.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Ma'aratazah.
Ma'aratazah.
Ayatan.
Ayatan.
Mamawat.
Mamawat.
Rugol.
Rugol.
Ayanawum.
Ayanawum.
Shamor.
Shamor.
Nana.
Nana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Nanawum.
Nanawum.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamor.
Shawamor.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamor.
Shamor.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazal.
Tazal.
Yah.
Yah.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
After Pascha.
After Pascha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza Aka.
Taza
Wawa Aka.
Wawa Aka.
Ma'ay.
Ma'ay.
Wa'ay.
Ma'ay.
Awalam.
Awalam. English. I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills.
unto the hills.
From whence cometh?
From whence cometh
my help.
my help?
My help.
My help
Cometh from Yahweh.
coming from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all
from
evil.
all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Well, we're going to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashim Yahushua.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wa Yasharala.
Yahshua.
Wa Habaya.
Habayah.
Sapori.
Sapori.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Madan.
Magan.
Madan.
Magan.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashim Yahushua.
Waraman.
In English. Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
Our loved ones.
Our loved ones.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim.
Allahayim.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Damayalaka.
Al-Fakarash.
Al-Fakarash.
All Pashakwat.
Oh, Tashakwat.
Oh. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awayabika.
Awayabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Ya'arayimwa.
Ya'arayimwa.
Sawata.
Sawata.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Ya'aitazawa.
Ya'aitazawa.
Al-Tazapa Wanyaka.
Al-Tazawa Wanyaka.
Amora.
Amora.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakina.
Wanakakina.
Magoya.
Magoya.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Nasako.
Nasako.
Shem Yasharala.
Shem Yasharala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Aitazawa.
Aitazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakabwa.
Yakabwa.
Yakab.
Yakab.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakarafwa.
Yakarafwa. Yakarafwa.
Ahaliya.
Ahaliya.
Arawam.
Arawam.
Wayashamai.
Wayashamai.
Aliyam.
Aliyam.
Mawa'awa.
Mawa'awa.
Mahagorium.
Mahagorium.
Gabor.
Gabor.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimalak.
Wa'aimalak.
Kalashah.
Kalashah.
And Yeshabya.
And Yeshabya.
Tazawur.
Tazawur.
Ashawur.
Ashawur.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Aimam.
Aimam.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Zorwai.
Zorwai.
Babanyalawat.
Babanyalawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan.
Kasayasara'a.
Kasayasara'a.
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan.
Manakor.
Manakor.
Koyashnan.
Koyashnan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Bayan.
Bayan.
The Arab.
The Arab.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
The Man.
The Man.
The Adamah.
The Adamah.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Yamawa.
Yamawa.
Arab.
Arab.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak.
Wakatazo.
Wakatazo.
Mana'ai.
Mana'ai.
Ka.
Ka.
Nasayakamwa.
Nashakamwa.
Ashor.
Ashor.
Amorwa.
Amora.
Narash.
Narash.
Nayarasha.
Nayarasha.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Ma'awat.
Ma'awat.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Mahayat.
Alahayat.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagawala.
Kagawala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Napanyaraka.
Napanyaraka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Taba Ira ya Ira.
Ira ya Ira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Walahat.
Walahat.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Kun.
Kun.
Doradakma.
Doradakma.
Wasa Irika.
Wasa Irika.
Wabasa.
Wasa.
Wapatak.
Wapatak.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Wanyaham.
Wanyaham.
Walawan.
Walawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashua.
Yabashua.
Wayabahoa.
Wayabahoa.
Wayai.
Wayai.
Wayakaporwa.
Wayakaporwa.
Wayabakwa.
Wayabakwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
The thug.
The thug.
Shabka.
Shabka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The Batka.
The Batka.
Ayawan.
Ayawan.
Al.
Al.
Ha.
Ka.
Ha'arasasa.
In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
And hold not thy peace.
And hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off
and let us flip them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Yahshua
That the name of Yahshua
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the
of
Ishmaelites,
Moab,
Moab,
and Hagarim,
and Hagarim,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
and Philistines,
and Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also
Asher also
is joined with them.
is joined with them.
They have opened the children of Lot,
They have opened the children of Lot.
Selah,
Selah.
do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as unto Sarah,
as to Sarah,
as to Jabin,
as to
at
Jabin,
the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at
They
Endor.
became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like a ram,
and like Seir.
and like the head.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Zabah,
as the bar,
and as Amunah,
as the moon,
who said,
who said,
let us cut them up. Select. Who said?
Who
Let
said?
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God
the house of God
in possession.
in possession.
All my power.
All my power,
All my power.
all my power,
Make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the summer before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them
with
afraid
thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
So what's the most important part about that is understanding that we named at least 9 nations that are against us. So don't ever get that twisted. I believe it's 18 nations. 9 of them for sure got mentioned in Psalm 83. You understand? So don't just walk around thinking that everybody is your friend, everybody is your neighbor. That's a goddamn Christian lie.
That's right.
Go ahead.
With that, Sar. All right, Shabby. What you need to see? So.
Once everybody's here, we'll get started.
You just have one of the brothers going.
Yeah, it ain't winter no more.
If not, then if it's gonna be called on them, you want to move it. You want to move it up here and talk about it?
Talk about it. If the women don't want to, we'll take it. We will take the family. I mean, y'all don't have to have, y'all gotta bring it up here. That's what we just making sure.
We just might want to face it towards the brother then a little bit. Now it's over here too. It's also right after here too. Yeah.
We already know.
Yeah. 2.5. Scum.
It's not a short lesson, but it's not a lot of scripture differentiation. So Akim, Agwathin, let's come on, let's 2 minutes. 2 minutes, everybody get seated and let's get this breakdown done. Okay, 9:09, we're gonna start the breakdown. 9:09.
Come. Leviticus 23 in Hebrew.
We're speaking of the English breakdown. First verse is Matthew chapter 16, verse 6. One more minute. Shout out to the sisters and brothers that made the food. I can't wait. I know the brother Rib made some pound cake, unleavened pound cake. I've been waiting.
She made it.
Next year we need some unleavened pound cakes, man. With some glaze on them. Make a donut for the brother. Goddamn. I've been craving donuts all damn week. And burritos and Jamaican patties. Jamaican beef patties. I don't got no Jamaican accent. I do a disservice to Captain Mashak and Captain Naika. Hey, correct. Don't ever try to do that ever again. Don't get Jamaican accent. No. Never again.
You don't have to make
Bomba. You sound like the Batty Bomb.
Not that.
False. I'll take a plate of food at this point. All right, I go out and we're at that moment. Matthew chapter 16, verse 6. We're going to read verse 6 to 12.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, and verse 6. Then Yahushua said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees.
What is Christ telling his disciples? Beware of the leaven or the puffed upness of the Pharisees. All right? Pharisees were the leading body. Who would be the Pharisees of today? Anybody know? They celebrated Easter today.
The Christian pastors,
Christian church.
Christian church.
The church in general. At this point, it's not just the pastor. Because we got to blame grandma, great-grandma,
Right.
mama, and sister, all right? Anybody that participated in Easter today, They are the Pharisees. All right? They are the Sadducees. Because they participated in something that it didn't make no damn sense. If Easter starts on Sunday, then how they gonna get 3 days for Christ? What are 3 days for Christ rising from the shit off from the grave?
3 days will be, if I'm not mistaken, on Monday.
Yeah, at the start, you got crucified today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you got to rise at night. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know what the hell they're doing. It's like Christmas. It's just a hustle. It's a money scheme because it can't change based on it. Like, all right, this is the best way to put it. They purposely set it for Friday or Sunday. When was the Passover? Saturday. Nigga, it was inconvenient as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to take time off. And what was it the year before? A different day. And what's it going to be the next year? Another day. It's not something you can just purpose to be. Next year, Passover might be on Tuesday. Have you ever heard of Easter being on Tuesday? I've never heard of Easter being in the middle of the week. It always finds itself on Friday or Sunday, some miraculous way, because it's a money scheme, it's a hustle. All right, keep going.
Come. Then Yahushua said unto them, Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, It is because we have taken no bread.
All right, so we haven't taken bread for a week. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Y'all held up that piece of unleavened bread, man. It ain't easy. You find out how much stuff got leaven. Dorito chips have leaven, man. You find out something as simple as that. You find out you can't even brush your teeth with baking soda. You know what I'm saying? Like some of your base actions are void for a week, and what's the Lord trying to help you see how good you actually have it, all right? And how much you actually take for granted until you can't order chicken from churches. You can't even get chicken from a restaurant. So what that means? The sister got to get her chicken game on. Because that chicken you made at home is lawful. And that's what your husband really wants to taste. He don't like chicken. You didn't know that. He don't want honey biscuits from churches.
Right.
He want honey biscuits from you. And I ain't talking about those biscuits. He want to taste your honey biscuits, the ones you put in the oven. He want to know what you can do. Because if the brother ain't a chef, man, don't let him get in the kitchen and make food better than you. It's just not as. It's not as. If I can make it, it's cool. But if you make it, it's like, yeah, I can say to my boy, the Maria made that unleavened bread you eating right now. Good as hell. Huh? We want to say that. I don't want to say that. I made it. You know what I'm saying? So Christ is saying, beware of the leaven of the Sadducees and the Pharisees. What is that leaven?
Come. Verse 8, which when Yahushua perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves? Because ye have brought no bread.
Meaning they was focused on the outward thing. They was focused on the fact that they hadn't brought bread. So that's what he was talking about. I gotta stop being so carnal. I've never spoken carnally. A lot of the things I say are spiritual. So focus spiritually. Use your brain. Keep going.
Verse 9, do ye not yet understand, neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets he took up?
Christ was reminding them what he did before and how much it was. Y'all focus on the wrong thing. Y'all remember what we did before? Keep going.
Come. Neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets he took up? How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees?
So he's like, we did bread. How y'all not getting what I'm trying to tell you? When I say beware the leaven of the Sadducees and the Pharisees. He said, how are y'all, like y'all walking with me? Y'all seen the miracle. Why y'all carnal on something that I'm saying that is clearly spiritual? Clearly that you gotta think about. All right, keep going.
Come.
Call it the verse.
Verse 11. How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it is not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and Sadducees?
Again, it's not a physical leaven that he's talking about. Keep going.
Verse 12. Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread.
Meaning, when he broke it down, it's not about actual bread. Oh, you're not talking about bread or loaf of bread. You're talking about something deeper. Keep going.
Come. But of the doctrine of the Pharisees.
But of the what?
The doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
What is the most important leaven that we were not supposed to eat this week? Based on what people did today. Based on what the world did today. What was the most important unleavened bread you should have eaten? You got it, right?
Is it taking part in the world custom?
What did the world take part in?
They celebrated Easter.
Yeah. Is Easter an actual loaf of bread or is it a doctrine?
It's a doctrine.
That's what Christ was trying to help his disciples understand. What I'm saying, it ain't about, okay, here's a better example, right? This is a test. Somebody get me when David and his men were on the run. I need a brother or if a sister can get it, I know your husband been teaching. Jesus Christ, you could pull this. What was a time when David was on the run and his disciples needed to eat? How did he deal with that issue? Come on, sisters, y'all know what to be looking for? Do you even know what to look for? David, I said David. I'll give you an extra tip. He went to the priests with his men. That's all I can give you. Any sister, even if you don't know the verse, you know the paraphrase what I'm talking about? What am I talking about, sisters? Do you know the story? Of David going to the priest? They don't know. It's all good. Go ahead, brother.
1 Samuel 21.
Let's hear.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 21, verse 1. Then came David to Nob, to Amalek, the priest. And Amalek.
Salaki. Let's make sure the sisters got it. I don't think they got it yet.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 21, and verse 1. You got it?
Come.
Need two more sisters at the same time. Call out the verse one more time.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 21, verse 1.
Just a disclaimer for all you sisters. Before I came to the truth, I was the type of nigga that'd be on the block for like 8 hours. So I don't have a problem with 2-hour classes. So y'all know it's simple to me. Yeah, 1 Samuel.
1 Samuel, chapter 21.
And verse 1.
Verse 1.
Cool. I got 4. Let's go.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 21, verse 1. Then came David to Nob, to Ahimelech, the priest. And Ahimelech was afraid of the meeting of David. and said unto him, Why art thou alone, and no man with thee? Verse 2. And David said unto Ahimelech the priest, The king hath commanded me a business, and hath said unto me, Let no man, let no man know anything of the business whereabout I send thee, and what I have commanded thee, and I have appointed my servants to such and such a place. Verse 3. And therefore, what is under thy hand? Give me 5 loaves of bread in my hand, for what there is present. Verse 4. And the priest answered David and said, There is no common bread under mine hand.
Common bread would be bread that he could easily give him. Bread that's for the people. Keep going.
Come. But there is hollow bread.
Separate bread. Go ahead.
Come. And the young men have kept themselves at least from women. Verse 5.
Okay.
And David answered the priest and said unto him, Of a truth, woman hath been kept from us about these 3 days.
Because they've been on the run from Saul at this point. Go ahead.
Come. Since I came out, and the vessels of the young men are holy, and the bread is in a manner common. Yea, though it were sanctified this day in the vessel.
In this day. Go ahead.
Come, verse 6. So the priest gave him hollow bread, for there was no bread there but the showbread,
Right.
that was taken from before Yahweh, to put hot bread in the day when it was taken away.
So all that is just to say that some things are set up for a specific reason, but in emergency matters, can somebody like this too, right here? In emergency matters, you're gonna have to do something a little bit different, all right? Give me back to the verse we was at before so that I can make the correlation for the sisters. It was in Matthew, right? Chapter 16 and verse.
Towards the end, verse 12.
Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 12. Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
Meaning, they was focused on the bread, just like in this time it was about the bread. But what the prophets knew at that time was it's showbread. It doesn't mean we can't give it to you. All right? So you can't get caught up on, for the lack of a better word, you can't get caught up on Easter and think that's how you serve the Lord. Serving the Lord is brotherhood.
Right.
It's sisterhood. What they did for David was they gave him of the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat. But in the spirit of brotherhood, they said, you can have this. It's not our bread like it belongs to us. It's our bread because it's for us. But because it's ours, we can do what we want to do. All right? The disciples thought, oh, he's talking about physical bread. And he's like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about physical bread. So we have to get out of the realm of physicality all the time. All right? Read verse 6 again, one more time.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 16, in verse 6. Then Yahweh said unto him, Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
That's all you got to do. Beware of the puffed upness of the Christian church and the people that are in the Christian church. That's what you have to do. The Muslim mosque and the people that are in the Muslim mosque. You need to beware of them.
Right.
Because, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Joey. Finish up.
Because their action is leavened. It's not unleavened. It's not plain. It's not basic. It's vanity.
There's a precept to go with that on another account. The book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 1. In the meantime, when they were gathered together, an innumerable multitude of people, insomuch that they trode upon another, he began to say unto his disciples, first of all, beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy.
What is hypocrisy? Does anybody know what hypocrisy is? If you want to get a Google definition. Alexa, what is the definition of hypocrisy?
Hypocrisy is usually defined as a pretense of having a virtuous character, moral or religious beliefs or principles, etc., that one does not really possess. For more, ask me to give you a
Alexa,
definition.
stop.
That's Alex.
Oh, wait, that's Alex. Give Alex a hand. It's a front.
Right.
It's appearing one way, but you don't actually possess that actual spirit. Hypocrisy. Joseph, give me a Christian pastor. Joel Osteen. That's a perfect one. Joel Osteen appears to love the people.
Right.
What happened when there was a flood in his area? What did he do? Not the brothers, any sisters. What happened when there was a flood in that area? Did he love the people? What did he do? I need a sister. I don't need a brother. I know a brother. What did Joel Osteen do when they flooded in his region? I think it was Texas.
He was letting men in. He wasn't letting
Not only would he not let them in, he put the little bars up
Right.
on the ground that come up out of the ground. Cars couldn't come through. He locked the hell out of that place, right? But I thought he was the pastor. I thought he loved the people and the children, the men and the women.
Right.
When a tragedy occurred, he proved that he was not.
That's right.
What happened when coronavirus happened? What happened with the Christian church then? Did they help people? No, some of them cried because some of the pastors cried because they couldn't help the people. They didn't have an action plan.
If I may, sir, it actually had a which we call like a group meeting with all the high-powered so-called pastors, and they came together and said, why did we not take action during this time?
No, I thought prayer worked. I thought if you pray to God, you'll be safe. I thought they were sanctified. Beware of what?
The leaven of the set sloppy. I went back to the original. The book of Matthew chapter 16, verse 6. Then Yahweh said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
Which is
That's in the different
hypocrisy.
things.
It's hypocrisy.
Right.
They say one thing and do another. All right? Do like what your parents say, right? Do as I tell you to do, not as I do.
Right.
Meaning, heed my words, but don't heed my actions. That don't work for children. They don't work for sheep. Sheep follow the shepherd. You know what I'm saying? So if I tell my rib, hey, we can cut up coke and weed and sell it to Africans and East Indians, but we can't sell it. I can't tell her that we can't sell drugs to nobody. Because the whole time she's like, well, we selling drugs too. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they different. Can't do it. If I can't sell drugs, then the niggas can't sell drugs.
Right.
You can't teach one thing
Right.
and do the opposite. All right? It's as simple as that. That's hypocrisy. Teaching one thing and doing the opposite. All right? Does anybody have any questions thus far? All right, let's keep going. Matthew chapter 5, verse 20. Leaven is falsehood. Unleavenedness is truth. All right? When you deal with, after the feast, we're going to break the feast after this class. But after you break this feast, your leaven is your lie. Your unleavenedness is your truth. What are you giving people? Are you giving people leaven? Or are you giving people unleavened bread? People deserve unleavened bread.
Right.
because that leaven shit is trash. Go ahead.
Come,
Matthew chapter 5, verse 20.
come. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 20. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
What does your righteousness have to exceed? Who do you have to be more righteous than? I'm asking sisters tonight. Read it one more time. Let's see if the sisters can answer.
Come. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness.
Except what?
Your righteousness.
Except, sister, your individual righteousness, go ahead,
shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Brothers, who are the scribes?
Make sure that's the pastor, the congregation.
That's not the scribes. It's close, but the scribes are a different word. Something about court.
The judges.
The transcribers who were writing down what was happening.
Would be by today's standards. When you go to court, what you gotta do?
Court.
No.
Court.
No. No. Y'all calling everybody but the one y'all should be calling. No. That's the defendant. Scribe is the
Reporters?
huh?
The media, the reporters?
Starts with the
The lawyers.
lawyer. That's a scribe. A scribe is a lawyer of the law. All right. It's not the writing part. It's who they are. They are the lawyer. They are the one. When the scribe comes to you, it's somebody that knows the law. They're the lawyer. The lawyer. All right. The Pharisees, they are the ruling body of the whole thing. They are the judge. You know what I'm saying? The Pharisee is the judge. The scribe is the lawyer. All right. You know what I'm saying? Read that one again.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 20. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness
Exceed what?
shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes
Of the lawyer
and Pharisees,
or the judge.
ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
How hard is that? How hard is that? To enter into the kingdom of heaven. You have to be more righteous than a lawyer and a judge. That's not simple shit right there, man. The average person is not more righteous than the judge that's judging. The judge, your case is right in front of him. Oh, well, what you do? Oh, you did that. You did that. You did that. I would have never done that. Man, but you did all of these things. You know what I'm saying? And then the lawyer that's defending your case, like, you did all that shit. It's a lot. Yeah, he did all that shit, but he didn't know. He didn't know no better. But the Pharisee or the Sadducee is like, I gotta judge this case. Christ said, because Christ did not make life easier. That's why it's harder. Your righteousness has to be above a lawyer and a judge. Except your righteousness be what?
Except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees.
Lawyer and the judges.
Ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Serving Christ is harder than serving Moses. Moses gave us sin offerings, wave offerings. Moses gave us ways to still make it. Christ didn't. Christ said, you got to be more righteous than the lawyer and the goddamn judge. Meaning what? Or, if I may, to be more righteous than a judge or a lawyer, what would you have to be? Ooh, it's the word y'all use incorrectly all the fucking time. Who would you have to be? It starts with a P.
Right here, sir. Perfect.
You gotta be perfect. What is perfection, though? This is for the sisters. This is for the sisters. What is perfection? Then raise a hand for your answer. What is perfection according to Christ? According to God? I'm going to ask you, CC.
Living within, living pure.
What is, according to,
According to the Bible.
which is,
The word.
putting up the letter.
God.
I'm putting up the letter.
The laws.
Give her a hand. According to the law. You gotta be according to the law. That's life. Life is not deeper than that. You just have your decisions have to just be based on the law. Nothing else. Nothing else. If you can determine your life according to the law of God, you can fuck everything else. You ain't gotta live. You ain't gotta be like what Beyonce wants you to be.
Right.
You ain't gotta be like what Megan Thee Stallion wants to be.
Right.
Brother, you ain't gonna be like what's the weightlifter? That nigga that was lifting weights 1,000 pounds. Damn, the brother, bald head brother.
That Kimbo Slice.
Not Kimbo. He dead.
Cali Newsom.
No, not Cali. He an old nigga. But nonetheless, just for the sake, he's lifted so much weight that it fucked him up in the end. Now he gotta walk with a cane. Ronnie Coleman, the Coleman brother. Man, in the end, it all failed. You ain't got to live up to his standard, brother. Because look at him. Look at him. He, or my nigga, C.T. Fletcher. You understand? God damn it, you ain't got to live the goddamn thing. You ain't got to live up to his standard. Because look at him. He got a heart transplant. If he lift weights, cool, but he'll kill himself if he one day the Lord gonna say it's over. That's your last weight you're gonna lift. Ronnie Coleman can't live. He has to walk with a cane. You ain't got. That's not what it's about. It's not about how much weight you lift. Perfection is your ability to keep the law. That's all. It's easy. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, translation. So, like how we look at the judges and the lawyers today, we look at them as people who set people free, who are there for the people. In reality, they're not there for that.
We don't even look at them like that.
I'm saying like the world do. Like
It's supposed to.
Right.
But we look, all right, public defender. You think he gonna help you?
No.
That's how we look at lawyers.
God.
The judge, you think if the person that's against you got more money than you think you gonna win? No. They're corrupted in the world. That's not us. We're not a corrupt people. You can't corrupt us with money, with prestige, none of that stuff. But you have to think like that because you're the future ruler. Like you're sitting in this class, right? And it's like she's still like that. Hey, you know the Lord gonna have it. That baby coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is the future. We are the future of the world. So we have to curtail how we operate. Because the current situation, man, you do whatever the hell you want.
Just a precept about the hypocrisy of the Sadducees and Pharisees. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh.
Meaning y'all gonna be consumed with the abomination and the mouse. Because the people that lead us, your Christian pastor that celebrated Easter, they lead you in the wrong direction. Everybody here is in the best shape of your life. Because you didn't celebrate Easter.
Right.
You didn't lie to your come on, man. You lied to your children with plastic eggs full of candy. Nigga, I did that growing up. I used to go to BYA, Bay Area Youth Authority. And this time of year, we would go to our favorite park and hunt Easter eggs. And we was looking for the golden egg. You get more if you found a golden egg, and the nigga that found a golden egg, I wish I had this. Who got it? Him? I got it. You know what I'm saying? You really just want to kill the person with the golden egg. Because it's trash. But at that point, I didn't give a damn if bunnies laid eggs or not.
Right.
I just wanted to get the chocolate. I got pictures of me and my son in my little Sunday suits in front of the Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? The old Cadillac from the 90s. Ooh, we've all, 90% of us have grown up. You know what I'm saying? But that was a lie. We don't teach it properly. We don't teach lies here. You know what I'm saying? So we can't follow after people that do it. One more time, that verse.
Come, the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 17. This one is the one you had earlier.
Read that and then go back to it.
Come. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst, eating swine's flesh,
They eat pig,
and the abomination, and the mouse,
and they eat rats.
shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh.
And the Lord will kill them all. Let's go to the verse before that. Matthew chapter 5.
Come.
And then we're going to get to the next one. I'm trying to get through.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 20.
Let's keep going.
21?
20.
Okay, come. Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 20. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
You got to be better than the pig eaters and the swine and the rat eaters.
Right.
All right. You got to serve the Lord properly in spirit and truth. All right. Matthew chapter 23, verse 22.
Which one?
Matthew chapter 23, verse 23.
Come.
I'm trying, y'all. Forgive me. 23 through 31. I tried. I tried to make it short. I tried.
Sorry, sir. Take your time.
Forgive me. I know. I hate when I teach. Let's go.
The book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
This is about the leaders. It's not about the regular people that attend the church. But the people that lead the people into the church. Go ahead.
Hypocrites. For ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin. And have
look up the definition of hypocrite. Keep going.
Come. And have omitted the weightier matters of the law.
Meaning the scribes and Pharisees, they deal with the soft stuff. They deal with the cream at the top.
Right.
But the icicle's top. But they don't talk about the deep part of the icicle that's underneath the water. Keep going.
Come. And have omitted the weightier matters of the law.
Does anybody have the definition of what I'm looking for? Hypocrite? Go ahead.
Judgment.
Hypocrite?
A person who indulges in hypocrisy. Another definition is a person who puts on a false appearance or of virtue or religion.
God, we did that earlier. So that's what hypocrite. That's who we're talking about in the scripture. People that put on the front, but really they're a different type of person on the inside. Keep going.
Come. Who have omitted the weightier matters of the law.
Y'all focus on the shallow stuff, but things that actually help people and that matter, y'all give them up. Keep going.
Judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
Yeah, y'all left out what Christ said. Read that one again.
Come. Judgment, mercy,
right,
and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
Yeah, that's what we didn't do in the past. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Ye blind guides.
That's your leaders. What are they?
blind guides.
Your current leader is their blind guide. That's what the hell they talking about. Think about this. I wish I could take this off. Think about what that means. That means your life has been led by what?
Blind guides.
You have been led by people that can't even see. Without putting the scripture, what does the Lord say about the blind? I can feel like you know this. I feel like you know it. Anybody know what the Bible says about the blind?
I want to say the blind.
Into what? She got it. That's enough. I don't need more. That's it. I know the brother I'm talking about. What does blind mean to blind? To a deep ditch, too. Let's get the verse.
Come
When the blind lead the blind,
they both fall into a ditch.
come on, man. It's as simple as that, man. That your leaders have been blind. What happened with the Christian church when COVID-19 came? It was like, oh man, you should have told us it was about to happen. Hell, he was going to say it's going to happen. He didn't know. What Commander Jerry Hunter been teaching since the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, that the Lord is going to bring a pestilence. Well, you got it going on.
Come, the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch.
That's all that. It's just a precept. If the blind lead the blind, both gonna fall into a ditch. If your leader is blind, you should not follow him. A blind leader is somebody that when you come to them with a question, they don't have an answer. If the answer is just keep going out, that's not an answer. That's not an answer. An answer is, let me look that up. What you saying now? Hey. Stay away from it, Win Man. The answer is, at the very least, let me look it up. Don't worry about it. That's hypocrisy. That leads you off a cliff. All right? Let's go back to where we was at.
Come, the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 24. Ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel.
What that mean? If your blind leader strain at a gnat, but what they do? Swallow a camel. What's that mean? A blind leader strains at a gnat, but he swallows a camel. Ooh, that's some difficult shit right there. Huh? Yeah, everyday talk. Read it one more time. Let's see if somebody can answer.
Come. Ye blind guides.
Ye blind guides.
Which
are the Sadducees and Pharisees. Your Christian pastors. Your Muslim imams. They are the type of people that do what?
Strain at a gnat and swallow a camel.
What's a gnat? Somebody give me an example of a gnat with your hand. How does a gnat move? I see that. How does it move? Boom, 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 boom. What does it mean to strain at it? How would you strain at a gnat?
A gnat is a very small, tiny insect. And they believe that it's very difficult to push it away. It becomes heavy. It becomes laborious for them. Whereas a camel, which is actually all of those things, very huge, they easily swallow a big lie. But
come on, she know the precept. She know the precept. Yeah, that is it. A gnat you want to put in the strainer. You know how you strain rice? You got rice. I gotta get all the dirt out. That's how y'all do with a gnat. Net. I'm gonna catch it. Not in a fly swatter, in a butterfly catcher. That's how you deal with that. The camel, you like, come here, nigga. Come here. I'm like a snake. Y'all try a simple thing, y'all can't handle. But a big thing, y'all think y'all got the ability to deal with. You don't. Because you can't even, you don't even know how to deal with a small thing. So how the hell you gonna deal with a big thing? That's heavy for brothers and sisters.
Right.
How are you gonna deal with a big issue when you can't handle a small issue? Let me make it even more simple. You don't know what a small issue is. You don't know what a big issue is. You think the small issue is a big issue. You think the big issue is a small issue. That's the problem. That's what this is written in red. Christ said that. Y'all looking at big issues like they're small issues. You look at small issues like they're big issues. You got to get your mind right. Keep going.
If I may, sir. Just going back to when he's talking about the anise and the cumin and the mint, like they were making sure these people were paying these tithes to them, and they were making sure they were paying their tithes what they believed was right. But the weightier matters, they just had no worries about that camel. They didn't worry about they made something that was small, big, and something that was big, small. They didn't have justice.
Murder was
brotherhood.
a small thing.
Right.
But somebody taking your clothes from you. Well, no, let me get a modern. Murder is a big thing, right? That's always, but we treat it like a small thing. What's a small thing we treat like a big? Oh, bad having more than one woman. That's a small. But what do women do? Oh, where he at? Oh my God! Wait! Oh, he had the school. No, he not at the school. I'm with him. He's at the school. No, he's not doing it. But murder. Oh, that's not a big deal. He can kill somebody. Let's go do a murder tonight. But don't let you have another woman. Oh God. Oh, that's the real murder. That's what we're doing.
This person is a homosexual.
No, that's not a bit. That don't matter.
Let him live his life.
No. Yeah, let him live.
That's his choice.
He was drinking wine. Oh, he's a drinker. We're mixing things up. That's our problem. We're not gauging things properly. And Christ wasn't talking to Caucasians.
Right.
Christ was talking to niggas and spics and savages who would be known as Native Americans and Latinos and Negroes, who biblically would be known as Israelites. That was our problem. Our problem was we're making small big things, and we're making big things small. Or it's not to our advantage, right? Keep going.
If I may, sir, and it's just like the Christian church today, so keeping the law to them is a small thing.
If I may answer what you just said. All right, how do black people get around Christmas? Y'all all know. I did it once. I think twice maybe. How do we get around Christmas? Come on, y'all know what it is. Come on, think about it. How do we get around Christmas? How do we celebrate it without celebrating? Come on, y'all know what it is. Don't make me. Don't make me. Don't make me. I heard you. One. That's what we do. We come up with another way to not do it. But we're missing the point. You really just trying to celebrate. You want to be white. You just find a black way to be white. You know what I'm saying? Huh? I've done Kwanzaa. That shit is weird. I'd rather do Christmas than Kwanzaa because this is the day Ashanti climbed up the aisle. Give me the Jack Nicholson, dude. Jack Nicholson, the nigga from Batman. Give me that. But don't give me Kwanzaa. You know what I'm saying? We don't deny a culture. We just find a way to serve our person. Probably get off the point. Let's go back to where we were. Matthew chapter 23, verse 23. We're going to get through this. I got to get through this. We've been here long enough. The next things, we're just going to read them out. All right? Matthew 23,
23 to 31.
We at 25, sir.
Let's go.
All right, come. The book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Thou blind Pharisee, verse 26, Slovakia. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. If I may say so. The Sadducees and Pharisees were dealing with the Romans. They were on the outside clean, nice garments. What they said they had bars, they phylacteries. How do you know that word? Phylacteries. But on the inside, they making all these deals with these Edomites. Same as today though, with Joel on
Flattery will change who you surround yourself with.
Oh, it's not that. That's,
You're purifying yourself to something else.
no, it's not that. What do, all right, by a show of hands, this is probably going to be the best way to show it. If, okay, hear me out. Would you be in the truth without your husband? That's a yes or no. No, I don't mean like knowing what you know. If your husband did get in the truth, did you come in the truth without him? Okay? No, did you? Okay. I'm just asking a very simple yes or no. Without your husband, did you know about the ISUPK? No, it's all good. So it's not divisive. I'm just trying to help you make it simple, you know. So, not only are you cleaning yourself, what else are you cleaning? Your platter. Your platter is what your cup is upon. Who is your what is your platter?
Yourself, your foundation, your family.
Because your family don't believe in what you believe. Go talk to your mama today and tell her she shouldn't celebrate Easter. What is your platter? She had it right a long time ago.
Your immediate home, your immediate family,
No.
like
No.
your household, your family.
No. Being the truth is simpler than that. How the fuck are you going to change people that don't even like that you're in the truth? You have to change you and the thing you're set upon. Your reputation is based on who? Do you know about my ribs? You don't. But their reputation is set upon me. Me. I'm the platter. I'm the platter that they sit upon. So what's the point? The point is you don't want to make this a selfish game. You're not going to be more in the truth than your husband. Even if you come in the truth before your husband. The minute he find out how to serve God, oh, he going to he be like, hey, I brought you in this shit. He be like, whatever, bitch, listen to me. You're supposed to do this. He's the platter. He's going to raise you up. Platter. You just a cup. An important part. But the platter is what you, this table, right?
Okay, I'm not understanding because the verse is saying thou blind Pharisee.
Talking about the leaders.
Talking about the leaders. So it's telling the leaders for them first to clean what is in the cup and the platter. So when you clean inside the cup and the platter, by cleaning that, you then clean the outside. So I'm not getting it.
So your current leader.
Sir, if I may, not to go off on a tangent, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's also Christ talking to the Pharisees, giving them an opportunity to try to make right what they're doing to teach the people.
You have to look at the first verse. Look at the first verse.
Go ahead, sir.
Look at the first verse.
The blind Pharisees.
Go to Matthew chapter 23, verse 1.
Come. The book of Matthew chapter 23 and verse 1. Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples.
Keep going.
Come, verse 2, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat.
Stop. That is the basis of this whole chapter. Christ is correcting the leaders of Israel for the people, meaning your Christian preacher, your Islamic imam, they are the current leaders of the people. I'll ask sisters one more question. Sister, was Christ for the Sadducees? Was Christ for the Sadducees? Was Christ for the Sadducees and Pharisees or against them? Any sister? Was he for the Sadducees and Pharisees or against them? Who were the Sadducees and Pharisees?
They were the leaders of the temple
Of Israel.
of Israel.
So they were following the Roman style of rule.
Yes.
The continuation of my breakdown will show you that. All right. So go in there. So they weren't for whatever Christ was saying. What would that mean if your leaders don't support who you are being led by? Who are you going to listen to? If the leaders aren't with the person that you follow, who are you going to listen to? I'll say it one more time. If the leaders aren't for who you follow, who are you going to listen to? The leaders or the person you're following? Okay. That's an excellent answer. So, that's right. I see it's dissension. I see it's people that want to fuck with the Sadducees, but that is not what Christ was for. What did Christ say? Christ said, beware of what? The leaven of the Sadducees and Pharisees, which is what? What's the word he used? Starts with an H.
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy. So, if someone is saying one thing and doing another, why would you follow them? Right. So the current era is monogamy, right? I'm just using a very simple example that sisters can't have it. Do women